Oh, well, listen, first of all, we're not homophobic or anything. We literally have a gay guy on this podcast, okay?
No, I know.
Well, two gays, technically, John and Lenny. And
I'm not gay.
You know, I really
can't.
I really can't be talking, to be fair, though, besides John, considering I did say I was coming out of the closet, but but we're going to pretend like that never happened, okay? Okay?
I'm bad at acting, sorry.
Well, I'm bad at coming out of the closet, I guess. In
and
a
you
quote
just said
unquote
it
way.
again. And you just
Shut the fuck. God damn it. I just can't. I can't. Fuck this. I can't take this
Crush
no more, man.
me.
I can't take this no more, man. Did you seriously? Hold on. Let me see this.
What's up, Pop Chads? It's your boy, Thermal B.
Wait,
Hold
where?
on.
Let me see.
look at this desktop here. These are the things I renamed back: podcast topic list, podcast topic list, podcast topic list, podcast topic list.
Oh,
Jesus.
Holy shit. How did you even do that? How on God's green earth did you manage to do that? That's what I want to know. Even Lester B probably, I mean, no, even if Lester B was, you know, just putting his cock on his keyboard again, even he couldn't do it.
Okay, well, is this? I have to. I just went with the files, so I don't even have pictures. I have to actually open them to figure out what the hell they are. All of my torrent is renamed a podcast.
Bruh, wait, actually?
Yes.
Oh my God, so imagine you were gonna send someone a meme and then you sent them a porno.
God, no. Oh my God.
You're like, hey,
Hogwarts Legacy.
No, imagine Lenny had John. Imagine Lenny had to do one of those college discussions where you post on like a board and you have to include a screenshot. Imagine he was like, so this is why quantum physics. This is why quantum physics is cool. Then sends a porno.
Hey, I don't know what this is. Is this Fall Guys? Until
he's gonna open it, then you're just gonna hear, oh, I'm over here stroking my dick. I'm putting lotion on my dick. I'm horny as fuck, man.
I'm not. I'm still
That's how
renaming
you
it.
start a podcast.
Dude, look at all this. What the hell? Jesus God.
Escape from monster.
Lenny, so what are you gonna do now? Are you gonna have to rename everything, or are you just gonna let chill?
I'm not letting this chill.
In the great words of Lester B, I'm just gonna chill, man.
I am not keeping everything named podcast topic. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Crush, I have renamed successfully. So Lunch Lady is now John and Lester's love child.
Ew.
So I was gonna make us start out by saying how our day's been, and basically this summarizes Lenny's whole day today. Just a massive.
I also renamed Fortnite to Fortnite Balls. John's gay. He likes boys. He kidnaps autistic kids.
I think we should send a request over to Fortnite to have the official name for Fortnite changed from Fortnite to Fortnite Balls. John's gay. He likes boys. He and Lester kidnap autistic kids. I think that would be a great sales pitch. What do you think, John?
No, I don't. No.
Dude, I'm telling you, more people would go in Fortnite than ever. I think we can all agree on that.
Agreed. Also, I renamed Hoonie Pop 2 to Johnny Sin Simulator.
Nice. Hell yeah, boy.
I renamed Ubisoft Connect to Ubi Shit. I renamed... Let's see, what else did I rename? I renamed R6 to Pain and Suffering.
That's pretty fair. Only the strong can survive on R6, and we are anything but that. So that's the most exciting thing, I'm assuming, that's happened to you, Lenny?
Well, I started watching a show recently, and I may or may not have spent $120 on books.
Hey man, you wanna know what else you should spend $120 on, or $150? You should buy a Nintendo Switch. Me and John yesterday, we're trying to get Lenny to get a Switch, because if he gets a Switch, he can play Mario Party with us. If Lenny gets a Switch, Lenny, I'll legit buy... Actually, fuck it. I'll buy you both Mario Kart and Mario Party. And
Lenny, I'll get you a 1-year pass.
Yeah.
If I go out and buy a Switch, John, you are going to be paying for A, the pass, and B, every other pass after that.
I mean, it's only $20, considering I'm literally going to spend like $100 on Lenny just to get a Switch, which I sound like the biggest simp right now, but Hey man, it's a good
I
investment.
need at
in the
least $100 to get.
Shut the fuck up, Richard. I'm paying so.
All right, look here. Oh, glass.
God damn, this makes me sound like I'm simping for Lenny. That is not what this looks like, okay? Okay?
Tim, this is not the place to do that.
Okay? Shut up.
Here's is not the place
Great.
to do that.
Great. This is just great. The other night as well, I got this. Lenny fucking owned my ass because we're doing. Oh my god. I mean, it's gonna come out anyway, but me and Lenny were doing this game that I bought him. It was only like a game that was like $1 or something like that. Pretty cheap and a pretty good game. And it was a ghost puzzle game. It was kind of like Phasmophobia, except we had to figure out puzzles.
Escape together.
And within the first 5 minutes, I was not sure where I was, and then I end up saying, Lenny, oh, that's where you were. Oh, I was in the closet, but then I came out, or something like that. And then it took me a second to realize what I said. Then Lenny's like, and then I'm like, oh, shit. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. No, shut up.
Well, you did walk into that one yourself, so.
More like I walked out of it, but...
Well,
But-
now you're just digging the hole deeper here, Crush.
Yeah, I'm really not helping my case, am I?
Hey
No,
man,
not
I'm
even
proud
close.
of you.
What do you mean you're proud of me for what?
You came out. Proud of you.
Buddy, listen. You shouldn't be proud of me, because number one, that ain't me. Lenny's just a fucking troll, man. Like this, I hate how people slander me. But John, you want to know what you should be proud of, John?
What?
Or what your next goal should be? John, even though I may have said that, I meant in a different context. John, you should say the same thing, because unlike me, somebody's in a relationship with Lester B.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Right, Lenny?
No.
Yeah,
I think
that
John,
is true. You
John,
are.
John, if I inspired you by quote unquote coming out of the closet, then maybe you can finally be a free man, and maybe you can take Lester B with you.
Crush, in John's defense, his and Lester B's relationship, they prefer to keep under the table, literally.
Ew.
I think they're preferring to keep it in the closet. If I'm going to be perfectly honest, but
They're preferring to keep it in the backseat of your car.
they prefer to keep it on the casting couch with Wings of Redemption and all the black dudes right now on my overlay.
Yeah, you should zoom in on it when you say that.
Here, I'll zoom in on it right now. There we go. Take a good look, everyone. You know how Scooby-Doo episodes always have the bad guy, like when they take off the mask at the very end and they're like, the real ghost was, and then they take off. God damn it! I was gonna say Lester B, but sure, named Lester B, except it's gonna be Lester B wearing slightly fat clothing with a slight fat suit, kind of like how Thor in Endgame was wearing a fat suit. Lester B is going to be wearing one of those because he's not quite Wings of Redemption fatness yet, but he's getting there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, real quick, while we're on the topic of calling John gay and stuff like that, I actually got a viewer question from. Let me get the viewer's name. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. I forgot your name, dude. It was like V something. I sent a community post out. Just
On
asking,
your channel.
yeah, just asking if anyone has any questions, and I'm sure we'll eventually get more. I'm surprised we even got a viewer question already, but it was from RVZ. I think I refucked your name up somehow. Which big ups to you, by the way, for leaving this comment. But they wanted us to conversate about trans/gay pride. Low key, want to hear some views. So, John, well, listen, first of all, we're not homophobic or anything. We literally have a gay guy on this podcast, okay?
No, I know.
Well, two gays, technically, John and Lenny. And
I'm not gay.
you know, I really can't, you know, I really can't be talking, to be fair, though, besides John, considering I did say I was coming out of the closet, but but we're going to pretend like that never happened, okay?
Oh, it happened.
No, it didn't happen. Lenny, I said pretending, okay? We're going to pretend it didn't happen, okay?
I'm bad at acting, sorry.
Well, I'm bad at coming out of the closet, I guess, in
And
a
you just said it
quote-unquote way.
again. And you just...
Shut the fuck... God damn it. I just can't. I can't... Fuck this. I can't take this
Crush
no more, man.
me.
I can't take this no more, man. No, wait, I'm saying
Hey,
that.
man.
I literally stood up and was pretending like I was leaving. Fuck this shit, I'm out. But yeah, he wants us to conversate about trans/gay pride. I mean, alright, so on a real note, obviously, like I said, we have a gay guy, so obviously we're not homophobic.
No.
But,
John, it's okay to come out underneath the table.
underneath the table. Is that an actual, like, gay coming out quote? Besides
No,
coming out of
it's
the
just that-
closet? Or did you invent a
No.
new term, Lenny?
I invented a new term because every time you go out to lunch with John and Lester B, when John goes to the bathroom, he just gets under the table and he's just with Lester B under the table.
Ew.
So he's just coming out from under the table and doing it in the middle.
Hey
of
man, they're
McDonald's.
playing hide and seek with each other under the table.
No, now John's gonna start coming out and he's gonna do it in the middle of the McDonald's play area.
Jesus Christ, there's kids in there, son. But I'm assuming that you're talking about just, I guess, our views on trans/gay pride in general. I mean, just to summarize it, I don't care what you do as long as it doesn't involve me. If you're trans, be trans. If you're gay, be gay. I don't give a fuck. And when it comes to, like, I don't know, Pride Month or whatever, I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm definitely pro that, because there's actually a lot of benefits of Pride Month. I mean, gay people, they have their thing, obviously, but when it comes to, like, me being a capitalist, that's a very good month to capitalize and get some money. Because if you sell gay shirts, gay bracelets, or whatever, you can get a shit ton of money, and I think it's just good overall in a business standpoint.
The new Irresponsible Twats merch for Pride Month is John and Lester on the cover making out
It's
on
gonna
a
be,
table.
we're gonna have a comparison of Bill and Frank from The Last of Us, and it's gonna instead it's gonna be Lester B and John. John's about to go fucking just on a mass shooting spree at our house later, Lenny.
What the fuck?
He's about to play Super Columbine Massacre.
On our bitch asses. Bro, if we ever do have merch though, we could. Dude, listen, I've said a lot of stupid shit, and I would definitely have some stupid quotes I have, as well as, I guess, stupid moments I have, if I ever have a face cam on a shirt. So, I would, if I'm willing to shit on myself, John, I feel that it's only fair that we put, you know, you and Lester B for any gay fans we have on the shirt. What do you think, John?
You know, okay,
Hey,
hear
man,
me out though. Crush.
If you do that,
If you know what,
If we
know
do
what?
that, then we'll give you a cut though as well, John.
no. If you do
give
that,
you and Lester B a
I'm gonna
cut.
make
You know
my
what's other
own
great
merch.
Crush? You
I'm
know.
gonna
Wait,
make my-
let him talk. Let him talk.
I'm gonna make
Alright.
my own merch of the infamous Crush drunk pic.
Oh, no, that's way too far, buddy. No, you're stepping in some deep water terrain. That's some Mariana Trench terrain that you're stepping on, dude.
Hey,
Like,
Crush,
that's,
you know what-
that's buried.
you know what-
That's dead, like Osama bin Laden. Okay.
You know one thing that is good about Pride Month to you as well, Crush. Every time you go out with John and Lester, they get a discount. I'm gonna give a true answer to this, to his topic as well. It's like, here's the thing with it. I'm kind of in the same boat as Crush. I really don't care as long as you don't try and drag me into it or try and get me involved in any way. Or, because of personal experience, and Crush knows who I'm talking about, try and make me question my own sexuality. I already know mine.
Yeah,
and I'm straight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with, I don't care what you're into, again, as long as it doesn't involve me. Now, what I do have some problems when it comes to certain topics that relate to this. Now, when it comes to, like, public events, like gay parades and stuff like that, I think that shit can be annoying sometimes, but it's, for the most part, harmless. We can all agree on that, as long as there's not, like, it's not a BLM riot or anything. It's usually just people celebrating their pride in the streets, just doing their thing. It's kind of like what's it called? Kind of like a fair type of event. Parade, yeah, literally a parade.
Or if it's a planned parade, it's like the cops close the roads, so it's a planned parade by the city. You know what I mean? It's like, that can be entertaining, but
and honestly, some of them do look kind of lit. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh, I still remember this happened in, I think, around 20. Yeah, it was about 2020. I was driving through. Well, I wasn't driving. I was in the passenger. No, I was driving. I was driving through, I guess, Happy Valley at the time, and I just saw a line of people, like a quarter-mile long line of people crossing the roads, walking in the middle of the street. And all I could hear coming from them was, Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! No cops in sight. And they're just walking on the street, blocking traffic.
Yeah, no, if you do that, that's annoying as shit. And I don't care about the message you're sending out, because in general, even if this was like a Trump rally or something, that's equally just fucking a nuisance, you know? If it's an organized event, like you say, I don't give a shit. Like, do what you want. Am I gonna be there? Probably not. And am I gonna watch on TV? Hell no, because I don't watch TV in general. But if it's something like that, or if it's like, you know, just people at a gay bar or something, I don't give a shit. Do what you want, you know, because it's harmless.
Your life to live.
Exactly. Do what you want.
Live it how you want.
But here's what I do have a problem with, and you can all agree that even if it involves like being straight or whatever, there is a time and place. When it comes to sexuality and sex in general, I am very much against that shit being in schools, like elementary schools and middle schools to be specific. Because especially elementary, dude, y'all have been looking in the news over the last few years. You see how many like how these fucking schools are teaching kids about sex when they're like 5 years old, 5 to 10 years old.
Not even 5. It's like first, like barely kindergarten, like preschool.
Yeah,
I mean that's how it is in Oregon sometimes.
Yeah, I mean that's a more extreme case, but regardless, that's something I have a problem with regardless, because I remember when I was in elementary school, sure, we had health classes and stuff like that, but we weren't learning about sex or anything like that. We would learn about topics such as racism or fuck, what else would we learn about? We'd learn about a shit ton of stuff, and a lot of it would be politicized stuff that you know, it does have to do with politics, but none of it had to do with sex. I don't remember hearing the word penis one time in elementary school. And,
I do.
Well,
not from a teacher though.
Yeah, from Lester B.
Not from Lester B. It was from Ben Dover, because I went to elementary school with the dude.
Okay, well, there were obviously
and this
kids.
Guy played the penis game with himself. Are you kidding me? Are you?
Yeah, well, okay, there are kids that will, you know, say penis and stuff like that, but I'm talking about, like, health class specifically. You learn about drugs and stuff like that in health class. When I remember it when I was in elementary school, we would have this program called DARE. John, did you ever have DARE in elementary school?
He went to your school, didn't he?
No, he didn't go to my... No, he only went to high school with me.
Oh, okay.
No.
You never had DARE, or like, I don't remember what DARE stands for. It stands for like drugs are my enemy or some shit like that. But we would have that in elementary school and middle school, and we would just, it was basically the school just trying to make sure that kids don't do drugs and have kind of like that don't do drug mindset at an early age so that you don't do it later on in your life.
I Googled it. It's DARE stands for Drug Abuse Resistance Education.
Yeah, I actually have a thermos still from when I was in elementary school, which, my God, how the times have changed. 10 years ago, or more like 15 years ago now, or something like that, because I'm 22, I'm kind of an old head at this point, I would be like, yeah, fuck drugs, and stuff like that, but now I'm like, yeah, where the drugs at?
Yeah, that's pretty much Crush.
But,
you know...
Yeah,
Hold on. Can I?
Yeah, go on.
In my elementary school, we never had DARE or any drug program. We had Team Truth, and what that was, it was anti-bullying.
Yeah, we had that too. We had a lot of that as well.
I don't think in my school I didn't have any form of drug lecture until around middle school.
Real quick, John, I'll get to you in a second, but I just want to say this before it's off my head. There was one thing we did have, though, when it came to, this was related to sex, but this is more like abuse. There was one video I remember watching from, I don't remember what class it was, but basically, this was one of those, videos that tell you if you're being mistreated at home, then speak up. Stuff like that, you know? And basically, it was this fucking guy, who was playing a dad, who was touching his daughter inappropriately. And
that's messed up.
yeah, it was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. And that always kind of stuck in my head a little bit. Which I feel like if you send those messages out to kids, that's a good thing, because there's a lot of fucking pedophiles out there. There's so many pedophiles out there that do. You think this is funny?
No, you just reminded me of another.
I was like, you think being a pedophile is funny?
No.
What? Please don't tell me what happened.
In my elementary school, they had an entire seminar with puppets and everything about not shoving forks in the electric socket.
What the fuck?
And I remember it was by our it was by my city's electric company. Well, it's Portland's electric company. And it was literally this kid, like, not even a kid, he was a grown-ass man. He's like in his early 20s. He was holding a fork, and there was someone dressed up as a freaking power outlet. It's like, hey, I want you to stab me, man. I want you to.
What the hell?
But he's like, but it's bad to do that, and he's like, I don't care, stab me, do it.
And then there would be the fucking kid who ends up becoming a serial killer later on in life. Who the next Jeffrey Dahmer? He's like, okay, I'll stab you, and then you hear the guy scream, ah! He just starts screaming. What the fuck, kid?
That one I'll never forget. It's like. And the best part was they had like this prop room too, and yet the power outlet that came off the wall that was puppeteered was the size of half of the wall. Like, no power outlet in a room is that big.
That's funny.
And the best part was they gave him a normal sized fork, so the fork didn't even fit into one of the holes. You had to like throw it through. You have to like throw it into it.
Well, here's the question: did any of the kids try and stab him?
No.
No.
It wasn't. None of the kids got forks. Are you kidding me?
Oh, well, that would have been way better. That would have been so much better, dude. Imagine this dude just going home with a whole bunch of like he goes home to his wife. He's like, "Hey, honey, I had a bad day," and she's like, "What happened?" She's like, "What the hell happened? I got jumped by a bunch of elementary school kids, man. They stabbed me. They shanked me with forks."
I think the best part about it was it's like when he was contemplating putting the fork in the socket. He was like, "Hey kids, should I do it?" And everyone in the crowd, "Do it!"
Wait, really?
Yeah. It was like an episode of Dora the Explorer. She's like, "Should I do it? Should I not do it? Do it!"
What that reminds me of? For some reason, that reminds me of a fucking drug class that I took in middle school. And there was this one scene in this movie that me and Lester B were watching, because we were in the same health class together. And it was where this kid is basically trying to figure out if he should do crystal meth or not, and he's thinking about it. And I can imagine those kids that you were just describing, Lenny, in the background. Do it!
Do it!
Do crystal meth!
Yup.
Wait,
Actually,
John.
hold on.
Wait, hold on. I want to ask John a question. John, didn't you say that you were in the Philippines when you were young, going to school?
Yeah, I was only here for 2 years for elementary.
So what was
4 and 5?
Would you learn anything like that, like drug classes, anything that we were just talking about?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
In the Philippines, they made them learn all the drugs by taking them all.
Dude, no, Dude, you literally, John, won't you get killed if you do any drugs? Like if you
get caught like selling marijuana or weed or like some hardcore drugs, next thing you know, they're gonna send the government on you, and the next day you'll never be seen.
Isn't it like any drugs though, besides alcohol and prescription medicine?
I don't remember, but all I know is some hardcore drugs.
Because Dylan told me a while ago that if he was caught smoking weed or doing anything like that in the Philippines, then he would get executed or something like that. Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
Some Asian countries like the Philippines are very strict.
What about Nepal? Is it like that there, Lenny?
No.
No. Is it more? But is it kind of like? Is Nepal more strict when it comes to drugs versus America, Lenny?
No.
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 Are they as lenient, would you say?
There is literally clubs in Nepal where you can go and smoke pot and eat shrooms.
Well, Wabo, okay, but those are more... Shrooms are more harmless, though, than...
On top of that, there is a type of honey in specific that is sold in Nepal that's taken from the nests of bees that have pollinated flowers that are hardcore hallucinogens. And if you eat the honey, it's like taking a tab of acid.
God damn.
And they sell that readily there.
Bro, John, we better not tell Lester B about that, because if Lester B... Wait, hold on. Where? Wait, where?
You can buy it.
I gotta see where Nepal is again, because I keep forgetting where
it is. Between India and China.
Nepal location. Let me see.
Yeah,
how close is it to Japan?
Not very close.
Not very close. I was gonna say, if it was near Japan, John, can you imagine what would happen if, like, Lester B was going back to the Philippines, and then he had, like, let's say a couple days before he had to go to the next ride to, like, because to go to the Philippines, John, I don't know if this is accurate, but don't you have to first get a plane ride to Japan, then another trip to the Philippines?
It's your choice, but the trip that I went to South Korea, to Seoul. I went there.
Maybe it was Korea I'm thinking about, and not Japan.
I mean, you could go to Japan, but it's just a different airline. It really depends on your airline.
I was just going to say, though, I can imagine Lester B. He goes halfway to the Philippines, and he gets super tripped out, and then takes... Can you imagine what would happen if Lester, when he went to the Philippines, he took, like, a tab of acid, then went on the airplane, John?
Hold on, guys. Check the podcast chat, by the way. I found it on Amazon.
Can you actually buy this shit?
It's $72 per jar.
I'm not gonna show this off because I don't feel like editing out, because my address is literally on Amazon. Dude, there was one time I almost forgot to edit out my address, and I almost pulled a Dylan and doxed myself in a video.
Nice job.
But goddamn, you can actually get this. So this is 150 grams, strongest, most potent mad honey. Mad honey. That's a pretty original name.
Read the description.
Strongest, most potent mad honey available. This is pure mad honey, known as cliff honey or hieroglyphics by the locals from high in the mountains of Nepal. So monks made it.
Did you just give up on spelling the name?
I don't fucking know how to say that. That looks like hieroglyphics to me, dude. Hold on, I'll zoom in. I'll zoom in.
Want me to read it?
Here, let me show on my screen what it looks like.
Would you like me to read it? Well, Crush,
say it.
Have it open.
Go ahead.
And that's not. Oh God, I don't even read Nepali. That's the thing. The locals from the high mountains from Lanjung, Nepal.
So this trips you out, basically. That's cool.
Lanjung.
Bruh, John, we should buy this for Dylan for a Christmas present.
Mad Honey Nepal is dedicated to making this Himalayan herb available to the world once again. Not only is Mad Honey useful for treating a number of conditions, including anxiety, stress, general pain, hypertension, stomach ailments, and migraines, it is renowned for its stimulant properties. A small amount will produce a mild, common, euphoric sensation, which increases overall feeling of contentness and relaxation, so it gets you high as hell.
I don't know, dude. Dude, there's literally no customer reviews on here, so I'm kind of scared if we did buy this for Lester. Dude, oh my god.
Do it. Do it.
Bro, if I do, I'm not gonna be a dick though. I'm not gonna not tell him what it does. I'm not gonna be like, yo, take this as just normal honey. Cause can you imagine if Lester makes like, what would Lester do? Lester put this honey in like his mom's tea or something? That would be so fucking bad.
Real quick, ingredients, Mad Honey. Scroll up and look at the ingredients. Scroll up all the way to where it says ingredients next to picture.
Where is it?
More ingredients and click on it.
Matt, wow, that's sure crazy, dude. John, though, I do want to ask you this though, because we still technically haven't fully answered the guy's question. Well, I guess we have answered. I mean, it's not really a question, number one, but we, I guess, have talked about trans/gay pride. But I do have a question, though, for you, John, just because, again, this is going on a lot.
All I'm gonna say is, Jay, just stay the fuck away from me with all that weird ass shit.
Well, no. This is a genuine question. I'm not gonna be like, so, John, what was your date like with Lester B last Saturday or something?
Yeah,
like
we're
that?
actually being serious this time.
No, but genuinely
on
though,
this time.
but genuine question though, because when we went to high school, we went to high school between 2013 and 2017.
All I know is Cameron, you know, who's gay and stuff. I didn't really see any trans in our school, so.
No,
Yeah,
there was a
that's
few.
it.
There was a few. I mean, look, the guy he's talking about, his name's Cameron. We won't dox him, even though he is a fucking gay. This guy was the living embodiment of just gay, and bitchy Karen mode. Like, you guys remember that story Lester was saying yesterday about that black Karen at Taco Bell? Which, if we have Lester on,
Yeah.
we might have Lester on next week, but we'll have to see if John's here. But we'll figure that out eventually, in the future. But basically, Lester told us a story about this one black Karen that was at Taco Bell. And basically, his Lester's old boss, roasted the shit out of her in the Taco Bell and then left. But this Cameron guy we're talking about, this had nothing to do with him being gay, but he had the typical gay guy accent, and then combine that with being a Karen. And dude, that shit will drive me up the fucking wall in annoyance. John, I'm sure it did with you too.
Dude, he worked at my job before, and he got fired in like 2-3 days.
Dude.
Wait, Dylan did?
No, this Cameron kid that we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
This guy was super, he was the most, I mean, he was never mean to me or anything. I had him in my health class, but this guy was probably one of the most entitled fuckers I've ever seen in my life. This dude would bitch and complain at the smallest things ever. This guy was like Wings of Redemption, except gay and black. And
Except gay.
yeah. It's true. No, but he would bitch at the stupidest shit ever. And dude, Dylan even had a nickname for him. You guys want to hear what it was?
What is it?
Dylan was the one who invented the term whenever talking about Cameron.
Oh,
Oh, was he black too?
Lenny, I only said
Yeah.
he was black like 5 times.
I wasn't listening. Salami.
God damn it, Salami. All right, whatever. But listen, John, I'm assuming that. Hold on, getting back to the topic though, real quick. Oh, actually, no, real quick. One more thing I have to say, John. Do you want to hear something funny with this Cameron kid as well? There was one time I saw. Do you remember Tavon, John, my boy?
yes.
Our boy.
Boy.
Tavon was telling this funny story on Snapchat, talking about how Cameron. He went to the barber shop, and then the barber did his hair, and then Cameron thought that he should get the haircut for free. And then Cameron and the barber. Yeah, this is how entitled this guy was. He thinks that just because he never said because he's, you know, black or gay, but this dude, I wouldn't be surprised now if he was like, "Oh, I'm gay, so I don't need to do anything," or something like that. But this guy, he thought that I guess maybe he thought the barber could have done a better job or something, and he and the barber end up getting into a cussing match for 30 minutes because Cameron thought he could get a haircut for free, and then the guy threatened to call the cops on him, and then Cameron got banned from the he got banned from the barber shop for life because he wouldn't pay for the haircut, which he should be lucky. He should be lucky, dude, that he didn't get the cops called on him.
I'm gonna say this. How the hell do you get the cops called on you at a barber shop?
Dude, if you don't pay for your shit, the same reason you'll get the cops called on you if you don't pay for your food at the restaurant, like at a restaurant.
Well, that's understandable. But it's like,
Well, yeah, but this is a business we're talking about.
No. I'm not supporting the gay guy here. Wait, what? Cameron?
Yeah, we're not supporting the gay guy. No, it's
Sorry.
no, dude. This has nothing to
here's
do
the
with
thing.
him being gay. He's just a
No, I
fucking
know.
Karen.
But here's the thing. I just couldn't remember his name, and you know I'm terrible with names. But the thing is, it's like, how bad do you have to be to get the cops called on you at a freaking barber shop?
Dude,
I'm
it's...
not supporting him in any way. Just
yeah,
to be
obviously.
clear.
I don't see who would, unless you're just another Karen. But I mean, John literally said it good best himself. The guy got fired from Giant within his first week.
What did he do, John? Can we ask?
Yeah, what did he do exactly? Do you know?
Just not showing up, always showing up late, and then he called out. He literally called out 2 out of the first. So he came in the first day, did his training, and then the next 2 days he called out.
You know what's
Or
funny
or day
is
10.
you want to know what's funny is he would do the same thing in our health class. He would always show up late or not show up at all, and sometimes get caught. But he would either show up late. Well, when he would show up late, he would act like it was the teacher's fault he would show up late. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I hated my health class teacher. I thought she was a bitch and annoying. John, it was Miss Braley. You remember her?
She's goat.
She's a goat?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Nice to me.
Dude,
so
she was
nice to
annoying.
me.
She was annoying. Dude, she was a super liberal. Dude, she was one of the people. Dude, she was a teacher that would constantly be like, "Oh, Trump's this, Trump's that." Like, dude, keep that shit out of the classroom. This is health class. This has nothing to do with politics, dude. But, getting off of that though, I mean, I guess we'll agree to disagree on that. But, he would join the class late, and the teacher, understandably, would get mad. Which teacher wouldn't get annoyed if you show up to the class late unless you had an excuse? Like, that's reasonable, right? Right, both of you?
There was actually a professor I had last term that if you showed up late, he would not give 2 shits.
Okay, but this guy also, he probably had straight Fs. So, if you have straight Fs and you clearly don't give a shit about the class, wouldn't you be a little bit annoyed? Especially if you're, especially
Honestly,
I feel if you want to, like, if you want your students to succeed, you know? Wouldn't you be just a little annoyed that they're not putting in any effort?
Yeah, honestly, this is the kind of teacher I would be if I ever taught at any level. If you're not interested in the class and you're not willing to even try, then just don't show up. The only one in which I will like actually get irritated at it would be like middle school, because here's the thing with middle school. None of the classes are none of the classes are like, "Oh, yeah, it's difficult." It's more of just here. Have like a creative writing class where you can sit down and do whatever.
Yeah,
Or at
like
least that's how my middle school was.
What's that class called? Where it's kind of like a homework class? A
Study hall.
Yeah, study hall class. Yeah.
Study hall.
But I mean, to be fair though, like, I mean, okay, look, I get some teachers are different than others, obviously, but if you're annoyed that a kid is always constantly late to class, that's at least understandable. Is that fair?
Of course. That's very understandable,
But
honestly.
but this motherfucker, he would come in late all the fucking time, or just not show up. And when he did show up on time, he would constantly bitch. He was very loud, just very obnoxious, just didn't give a shit about, like, just the class as a whole, and was distracting other people. It's one thing if you don't give a shit, but if you distract other people, that's just not cool, you know?
If I was in a classroom and someone was trying to distract the entire class, I would throw a book at them.
Dude, there was, okay, I'm definitely getting this story wrong, but I remember some of it. There was, well, actually, real quick, Lenny, you want to know something funny? So, I've told y'all about the time Lester B got choked out by Sean, right?
Of course.
I'll tell it real quick on here. So, basically, if y'all don't watch my channel, y'all definitely should listen to some of my story times, because they have the Lord and Savior Sean the Father in them, and they're usually pretty good story times. And
Lord and Savior Sean, you mean Father.
Lord and Savior. So, like, you know how you call Jesus Christ the Lord and Savior? We call Jesus Father if you're Catholic.
I thought Lord and Savior was Johnny Sins.
Well, yeah, but I mean, can't there be a couple different Lord and Saviors?
What are we, Hindu?
There can be like hierarchies. So like there can be. All right, fine, whatever. We'll call Sean just the father Sean. All right.
Father Sean.
Okay, I think that's fair.
Yeah, Father Sean.
Jesus
But basically,
Christ.
there's this crazy dude that went to my middle school and high school named Father Sean, and he did a whole bunch of crazy shit. Just listen to my story times if you want to know more about him. But he's a crazy dude that has like he's a crazy kid with ADHD, and there was this one time when I'll probably tell this story individually on my channel at some point, but there was one time where me, Lester B, and a few of my other friends were in the library just chilling, and Lester B at the time, he didn't have a phone that he could really use. So he had a phone, but he was on one of those really limited plans where it's like 2 gigabytes a month or some silly shit like that, you know? You will last like 2 days with it, especially if you're in school. So Dylan would use up all of his data within the first day sometimes. Just really bad, you know. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You've been in the struggle of that, dude. I remember those days. I hated those days. Thank God I'm at unlimited data now. But anyway, though, you get the point. He had very limited data he could use, and this was one of those days and part of the month when he ran out of data, so he had to use someone else's phone to call his dad to pick him up. And we're just chilling in the library, hanging out before he does that. And then enters Sean, and we're just like, "Hey, Sean, over here!"
Wait.
Yeah?
How the hell? You don't need data to call somebody.
This is...
Not anymore.
Well, this was... Dude, I don't know what plan Dylan was on, but whatever plan Dylan was on, he needed someone else's phone to call.
No, dude, you never need a data. You don't need internet to call somebody.
No, I get that. I get that. I don't know how... I don't fully understand it either, but whatever Dylan's plan was, he had a limited amount of calls and texts that he could send out as well. So
oh yeah,
I don't understand.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know the specific plan he was on, but that's just how it worked at the time.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense.
anyway, though, after Sean came in, we're like, "Hey, Sean, over here!" And then Sean, dude, whenever the only time he even has a smile on his face is when he's doing something stupid, like deep throating a ruler in our accounting class and saying, "Hey guys, you want to see my best impression?" Like with the ruler stick in the middle of class.
Whenever I see Sean smile, it's always an evil laugh.
Yeah, dude, Sean's like Dr. Evil from Austin Powers, except just so much more stronger. Like, Sean is basically the Thanos of our high school, dude.
No, he's not.
What do you mean he's not? Of course he is.
There's way worse. Who else?
Dude, Sean is legit the Thanos of our high school. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, moving on though with the story. Sean immediately starts talking to us and he's making jokes. He's calling us and stuff like that, but obviously as a joke. And then I don't remember what happened, but I think Sean was talking about how he got some girl's nudes or something like that, and then got a blowjob from the girl and was totally capping. We all knew he was capping. And then Dylan said something dumb like, "Hey Sean, I bet you've never given a girl a head in your life," or something like that. And then Sean's gay fucking ass, his gay ass was like, "You think I've never given head? Well, I'm about to show you I can." And then he picks Lester B up, throws him on the table, and puts his head on his fucking cock. And then Dylan's freaking out. He's like, "What the fuck?" And then obviously he didn't take his pants off or anything, or I hope he didn't, and I just didn't see it, which thank the Lord if that did happen. I didn't see it. Pray to Jesus Christ. Thank you. But he did that, and he was like shaking his head and everything, and dude, it was just so weird and awkward. And I feel like anyone who saw it in the library was just like just had their hand over their mouth, just like in awe of what the fuck is father doing to his son. But that's an inside joke if y'all don't understand it. Again, watch my Storytime channel to get that reference, or my Storytime playlist. But anyway, he Dylan starts freaking out, and Dylan doesn't know how to react. And honestly, I wouldn't either if I were in that situation. He's like, "What the fuck, Sean?" and started laughing. But you could tell he was in shock. Who wouldn't be in shock? Lenny, if that happened to you, what would you do?
Kick him.
I'll punch him, dude.
I would also punch and kick.
Yeah, I probably would too. I probably would too.
Dude.
I would start screaming. I'll be like, "Where's my whistle? Where's the whistle? Where's my life alert? Life alert!"
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Crush should be screaming like Jimmy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Dude, I'm not scared of Sean. Dude, Sean's funny to me. I'm not.
He is. But dude, if he did that to you, wouldn't you be scared?
Hell no! I just kicked him.
Hell no!
John would take his pants
John,
off.
John, you're making it sound like you're gonna help him out. You're gonna help him out a few steps.
Dude, no. Dude, I've known Sean.
John's gonna be like, "Sean, hey Sean, I want you to come over here, okay?" And he's dressed up in like he's dressed up in like a Captain Underpants cosplay costume. And he's like, "Sean," without the cape and the underwear.
Actually, no, he would have the cape on.
John, that's what it sounded like you were saying, though, dude, to be fair.
No.
But anyway, alright. Not to go off on John again. But anyway, let me finish telling the story, though. But this motherfucker, Sean, he he ends up giving Dylan his phone to make the call. Because Sean liked to flex on people. Dude, Sean would do some crazy shit. Like, Sean would... Dude, one time in middle school, Sean gave me this expensive watch that he had. He legit gave it to me on the bus, and his dumbass, I didn't even realize that this dude wanted it back. And when I was on the bus, I took it home with me. And apparently what must have happened after I did that was it must have been his dad's watch. And when his dad found out that he gave the watch away, he must have been like, "Sean, if you don't get that watch back, I'm kicking your ass." And the next day, Sean ran up to me and he's like, "Tim, where the fuck is my watch?" He's like, "Where is my watch?" And I immediately gave it to him. I had it on me because I was going to give him it back because it did seem kind of weird that someone would do that. Dude, this was like I don't remember what kind of brand this was, but this was at least a couple $100s. It was nice, dude. But he would do stuff all the time. John, didn't he give you money once?
Give me $100.
And he never asked for it back.
He never asked for it back.
Yeah, and he would obviously be full of shit sometimes. There was one time as well in middle school where he showed me this opera ticket and he was like, "I'm going to see an expensive opera." And I don't know what it was. I don't remember the shit. But I'm like, "Sean, let me see the ticket." And he's like, "No, I'm not showing you it." And then I'm like, "Let me see the date." And then the date said something like 2001 on it. And he was... But anyway though, moving on with the story, he would do stuff like that a lot. And moving on with the story, because Sean liked to flex, he gave Lester his phone, and then I guess he saw somebody in the hall, and he ends up talking to them, and Dylan makes his call, his dad's on the way, but we're not going to turn Sean's phone off after that. If Sean gave us his phone, and considering how he is with us, we kind of fuck around with him as well, you know? So, me and Dylan immediately go on his search history as the first thing on the phone once we have it. And the first thing we see, not even like, alright, not the first thing, but the first 10 things we see on there is X videos. And I don't remember what was on there, but it was like, dude, I'm just gonna say in reference to my coworker that teacher and student. Oh my god. Oh my god, that would be so bad. It was probably but it was probably like, I don't know, let's just say it was a lesbian orgy, okay? Just to give my coworker a shout out, okay? Because he likes lesbian orgies. Same with Lenny. And
I think every man does.
Well, it depends on what the girls look like, you know, because it could be like ugly GTA strippers or something like that.
What if Katana Combat, Blair Williams, Mia Khalifa, all of them got together
Hold on,
did
I gotta
that.
do research and see if this is a thing. 1 second. No, I'm
You
kidding.
are not actually Googling this. You are.
Hey man, you think I won't?
I'll do it.
Hold on, let's see. Mia Khalifa lesbian orgy.
Oh my gosh, Crush, there's so many things there.
I'm gonna have to. Hey man, dude, look at my screen. Look at my screen. Look at my
Hey,
screen.
look, it blurred it for you. Look at that.
I didn't actually have to do anything this time.
Blurred it for
Holy
you.
shit! Holy shit! God damn. Man, Google knows the vibe. But
I
anyway,
love how you did that without an incog tab.
I don't care. If the government's already watching me anyway, so who gives a shit?
That's true.
But we saw stuff like that, and then what me and Dylan decided to do was we decided to show it to random people in the hallway, his phone. And there was another time we did this, but that's a completely different story time. But we were showing people in the hallway, and we were just talking with people, and we make our way from our library to our gym, which is not exactly on the other side of the school, but in a way it kind of is. John knows what I'm talking about. But we're talking with these black chicks, and then what we didn't know was while we were doing our mischief, Sean came back to the library and he saw us all gone. And he thought that we stole his phone and we're leaving with it. And he was freaking out. He's like, where the hell did they go? Where are they? Where are they? It's kind of like Batman when he's interrogating the Joker. Where are they? Where are they? And stuff like that. Because when Sean gets mad, he gets mad, okay? He's like the Hulk, okay? He starts just pushing people aside, breaking shit. He kind of goes full Cogsby mode at times. Maybe not quite that bad, but you know how it goes. But eventually he finds us, and he thought Lester stole his phone. And what ended up happening was while we were talking with these chicks, there was a third friend we had with us, and he actually had Sean's phone on him, but Sean thought Dylan had it. And Sean, I might even include the video because I have a video of this. But I'll have to see about it because it would technically dox Dylan a little bit. But then again, boy's already doxed himself like 5 times now. Let's be real. But maybe I'll include it, maybe I won't. But Sean ends up choking him out in the middle of the hallway. And my coach, who's a science teacher, he looks kind of like Walter White from Breaking Bad, except he's taller and is just completely bald on his face as well. Benjamin.
Oh.
And he's like, hey, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Stop that. And he's like, who has his phone? And then Sean ends up getting his phone back, and that was pretty much that. And it's kind of funny, actually, because after that story, a couple weeks later, I was having a cross-country meeting, and every day I would always train, and Dylan would sometimes train as well, and we would just run on the track and do stuff like that. And our coach was kind of giving us a little shout out in front of our whole team. They're like, these guys, they train every day. We should have more people doing that. And then he was like, these guys are good examples of what you should do. And then real quickly he added, besides that one time when they picked on this weird kid in the hallway. and he was talking about, and then everyone starts laughing. They're like, you guys are bullying a weird kid? And then we're like, no, I don't know who he's talking about. And then it took us a couple minutes, but we realized it was Sean that he was talking about. And yeah, people thought that was funny. But anyway, you're probably wondering why I told this massive story. Well, that dude, if you can't quite tell, that dude is the type of teacher that will kind of say whatever's on his mind and just doesn't give a shit. He's the kind of teacher that will cuss in class. And this dude, Lenny, you were talking about how you would throw books at kids if you were a teacher. This dude, whenever kids were sleeping, he used to legitimately throw science textbooks at kids when they were sleeping. Straight up chuck it, you know? Like this dude.
No.
Yes,
Wait,
he would.
no.
Yeah, he would.
I thought he would just drop it on their table and it would just make that loud ass noise. It would freak the.
He would no. He would do that mostly, but sometimes he legit would throw it at people, like actually throw it. Dude, there was one time when he slammed the door so hard. You know how doors have the windows on them?
Yeah, it broke it, didn't it?
Yeah, some kid was pissing him off, and he slammed it so hard that the window actually broke.
Jeez Louise.
But anyway, this also kind of leads into back to my original story with that Cameron kid, the Mr. as Dylan calls him, and there was this one day in specific when the teacher was really getting pissed off at him. He came in late. Then the teacher's like, Cameron, why are you late? This is the 50th time you've been late. I don't know why I'm making her sound like Wings of Redemption. I don't know why I'm making her sound like Wings of Redemption. She's like, Cameron? Yeah, Richard. Yeah, obviously. Who else do you think I'm talking about? Come on. But there was... No, come on. Not John. More like Lester B. But anyway.
Yeah, it's more accurate.
He came in and he was... Dude, you could tell he wasn't even trying to hide his Starbucks white girl latte that he had. Like, this dude clearly came in late because he went to Starbucks and was probably talking to people in the hallway. And Cameron, he's just like, I got thirsty, okay? And then he sat down and then immediately started ignoring the teacher and talking to people. And she's like, Cameron, I'm going to have to why am I making her sound like Richard? Cameron, I'm going to have to give you a detention or write you up to the office since you're late. And then he starts cussing the teacher out in the middle of the class. He's like, if you were a better teacher, then maybe I wouldn't be coming in late. Which is really fucked up, dude. Because, I mean, that's not her fault. You know, it's so stupid, dude. Sometimes how kids have more rights than teachers these days. Wouldn't you agree? Like,
yes.
If kids like that need to be... This is a totally different topic, but this is why some kids should be bullied. Can we agree on that? Because if you get bullied and then you figure out that for good reason, just so we're saying, not like Jimmy with Sean, okay? Even though that kind of is a reason.
But like bend over.
If you're a total piece of shit, then I'm for getting bullied, okay? Like, I think you should get bullied. But this self-entitled motherfucker, though, he gets into an argument, and that was basically his fireball that he threw at the teacher. And it ended up with him getting sent to the office. And dude, this guy may have been... He was short. Remember, John? Wasn't he pretty short?
Yeah.
Dude, if you think that pissed off... So, it just took that much to piss him off. He slammed the door so hard that if you were on the other side of the hallway, which we had a pretty big hallway, you could hear it. You could hear the door close and slam. Dude, that literally almost got me jumping out of my seat. That shit was loud as fuck. But with that story that I just mentioned, you understand that it didn't take much to piss him off. I mean, sure, I guess you could kind of get pissed off if you got sent to the office, but there's way worse things to piss you off than that, right, Lenny?
Of course.
You want to hear the one time where he really got pissed off and actually tried to fight someone? There was... I'm trying to remember this story, but it's kind of hard because I only heard it one time from a friend. But basically what happened once... This was when everyone was way more edgy. And you could say really whatever you want. You could say stuff like that in high school.
I wish my high school was like that.
And dude, our middle school was crazy. We would say that all the time. But anyway, moving on though with the story. I don't remember how they got on this topic, but basically Cameron, he was just bitching at somebody in my one friend's class, and then my one friend, he was just like talking with his other friend, and they were talking about how annoying Cameron was being, and then they're basically like, why do all gay people have annoying ass voices? And he's just like, if I could talk to a then I would tell them to shut up. And then dude, my one friend is just like, if you want to say it, then look to your right. and he looked to his right, and all you see is Cameron, who overheard the whole thing with a really angry face, looking right at the guy.
Oh my
and
God.
He's like, oh, so that's what you think of me. You think I'm... He's basically going full Karen mode. He's like, you called me a... Did you just call me a... Did you just call me a... And then the guy's getting really pissed off. He's like, you know what, Cameron? Yeah, I called you a now shut up. And that's basically what happened. And then this guy starts freaking out. He starts like throwing shit at him. I don't remember exactly what he did, but he was going full Cogsby mode, Lenny. If you were to tell Cogsby that,
oh my god,
he was like he didn't throw chairs or anything, but he was pushing desks down. He was pushing them to the side, and the teacher.
So long story short, he broke everything around the environment that did not harm, but didn't even try harming the guy.
He was basically frolicking his arms in the air, acting like a retarded butterfly, just screaming. Ah!
Yeah, that's Cogsby.
Yeah, he was acting like it's the end of the world, okay? and the teacher's trying to calm everyone down. They're like, Cameron, what's going on? What's going on? And technically the guy was in the wrong, you know? Both of them were in the wrong. Like, you shouldn't call anybody that, and especially if... Well, I mean, okay. If you deserve it, then I'm for it. I don't care. But we can still agree that if you want to have like a good environment, then that's not exactly a good way of making friends. Okay, that's fair to say, right?
Yeah. That's
so
fair.
Technically, the guy was in the wrong for saying that. But what does Cameron do? Instead of telling the teacher the whole story, he just is like, you gotta do something right now! He told me for me! And he's just going full crazy mode on her. And he's honestly sounding like Eminem if he were rapping.
Oh my gosh.
Except it's just like, you know, imagine Eminem rapping in a Black Karen voice, okay?
I'll pay to see that.
I would pay to if you want to pay to see it, then pay for a time machine, go back in time, go back to that day in my high school, then you got it, okay?
All right, sounds like a plan.
But anyway, and by the way, if you want us to go back in time, leave a like. But anyway.
What?
What?
Shameless promotion. Shameless promotion, okay?
That was cringe, but okay.
Shut the
If we reach 10 likes on this video, we will go back in time and record that video.
Hey man, I'm just trying to remind everyone to leave a like, okay? That's why I said shameless promotion. But anyway, he ends up getting sent to the office, and this wasn't his first rodeo getting in trouble with that teacher either, obviously, and he ends up getting suspended for a day or a couple days, I don't remember. And he basically had the same dramatic exit with that teacher as well. He slammed the door, and he also, dude, it wasn't just my science teacher that cracked the window in that school. This motherfucker, they should draft this dude to the MLB, because that arm he has, that can destroy windows on doors, dude, because he destroyed the window on the door while leaving. Like, this man could be a great pitcher.
I have a story from my high school.
He could be as good of a pitcher as he is being.
You know, Crush, do you mind if I say a story from my high school that might get you guys a good chuckle?
Go for it.
So there's a guy named Nate at my old high school, and he was a really tall, fat black dude.
Mm-hmm.
And you know those desks that's like a chair with a desk built into it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had those all the time.
Yeah, so my high school, one classroom had those. And I'm not going to say the teacher's name because I'll dox my high school, but this guy, Jeff, that's his first name. I'm just saying Jeff. But it's just like in Jeff's classroom, he had only those desks. And this guy, Nate, strides into class late, looks at Jeff, and he's just like, sorry, I'm late. And he's like, what were you doing? And I'm just going based on ear here because I wasn't in his class. And it was just like, what were you doing? He was like, none of your business. So he strides over to his desk, sits down on at full force, and you hear the chair legs, and he breaks the chair, the metal chair.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my! He was that fat?
Yeah, and you hear a loud bong all across the school. And I'm like, what the hell was that? I was in science at the time, and I was like, what the hell was that? And I hear later from my friend that was in the classroom, he was like, yeah, Nate sat on a desk, and that thunk you heard was him hitting the ground because he bent the legs of the chair and hit the ground at full speed.
Oh my god.
He broke the fucking floor. He broke the floor tiles.
Lester B in 7 years.
Yeah, that's Lester B. Richard.
He broke the floor tiles. He broke the desk, and Jeff was pissed. He was like, "What the hell?"
Dude, they should. A construction company should hire him to be a demolition ball. Hey man, maybe he can be the wrecking ball that holds Miley Cyrus on top.
What's with you and Miley Cyrus? What's with you and Miley Cyrus? Jesus.
Me and Miley Cyrus? What do you mean?
Yeah.
When do I ever mention Miley Cyrus?
Just now.
Yeah, just now because it's a comparison. I don't even care. I don't even care about Miley Cyrus. The only song I even like from her is "Party in the USA." That's it.
I have one more story from my high school if you want to hear it that you'll probably like as well.
Yeah, sure.
This is more of a badass teacher story.
Go for it.
No, this one. I have two other stories with this Jeff teacher though. I had him freshman year because I took an advanced English class, and I don't mean advanced as in Durham sped. I mean as in
he took the special class.
No, I was in the honors class. And I know, funny, Asian and honors English, big whoop. But
pretty bad. Can't lie.
Honors English?
No, I'm kidding. Like, it's English we're talking about.
In honors English, it gives you extra credits. It's much faster and much harder than the normal class. And I still got an A in it. But I got a B on one of my essays for this sole reason. We had to read part of our essay aloud to the class. And you remember Of Mice and Men, right?
Oh no, dude. Dude.
No.
I have a sim. Alright, go ahead.
So part of my assignment was, you have to create a last chapter. So it's like, okay, so in my last chapter, I made it so they found out about Lenny's murder, and they blamed the black guy. And I wrote in the story, just like as he was being dragged away, he was yelling, "It's because I'm a f***er, isn't it?" And I had to read this in front of the class.
Bro, that's beautiful.
Everyone was looking at me like, "What the hell?" And Jeff's sitting there like, "Really?"
That's beautiful.
And even in the comments this time, he was like, "You got an A, but because you said the N-word, I'm giving you a B."
Oh, come on. They should give you extra credit for saying it, if anything.
And then the badass teacher story with Jeff. This guy was a really relaxed teacher. I didn't even get in trouble for saying the N-word in his class.
Nice.
But that's how laid back he was. On top of that, you know how some teachers, the school Wi-Fi blocks a lot of things, so they have to go through third parties to get through it?
Mm-hmm.
He did that, and a porn ad played on the projector, and he was like, "Oh god!" And most teachers are like scrambly, turn it off. You're just like, "Hey, all right, class vote. Who wants to watch the ad?"
Nice.
That class vote. Who wants to watch it? But two students were fighting outside of his classroom, and by fighting, I mean I don't know what happened, but this one bigger dude punched a freshman and literally knocked him out, and was just kicking his unconscious body. This Jeff teacher runs out of his classroom and full on NFL Lamar G the Third style. Lamar
Manziel, style. Steph Curry G the Third, yeah.
He tackles this guy. He tackles the senior that's kicking the shit out of this freshman. He tackles him to the ground and puts him in a headlock. And he looks to the other students. He's like, go get the resource officer now. And he's sitting here choking this student out for like 5 minutes until help arrived.
Nice.
Jeff, to this day, is still one of my most respected teachers from that school.
Bruh, this isn't a story. This is just kind of like a funny little comment, though. But when our English teacher would make us read Of Mice and Men out loud. And I remember one time, there was this white girl. John, you would know who she is. But I'll say her name later. But basically...
wait. Give
I'll just DM you her name. But, I mean, the name doesn't really matter. Yeah, I know. Haha, funny.
Was it the Tim You're So Funny guy? Girl?
No, it wasn't her.
Okay.
John, it was that chick. But basically she was but basically she was reading everything so casually and really professionally. And then it was like, da da da, this, that happened. And then this, da da da. And then just skipped over, like said it, then kept skipping over it. Then, dude, my English class was probably 75% black kids, and she was white. And then all the black dudes were like, wait, what? Yo, what? Did she say n? Did she say? They were like having a debate over it. They're like, y'all heard what I heard, right? She said. But here's the thing, though. Like, this is what, going back to the first podcast, though, when we were talking about like the N-word and stuff like that, everyone didn't care. Everyone thought it was hilarious, though. That's what I'm saying, yo. Like, it was so funny, man. And like, people nowadays, people will cancel you for that if you were to do that, you know. It would be like, white girl says after reading it in Of Mice and Men. Like, just fucking clown shit. But I thought that was kind of funny, so I just wanted to share that.
But the one thing I don't understand was my high school didn't even have any black people in it. It had maybe 2.
Yeah, we had like 70. What, John, would you say we had like, I don't know, 65 to 70%?
Black, yes.
All right, hold on.
Oh, this is a story from when I was in PE. There was one Mexican guy named Christopher, and this guy, he was fat as shit. This dude was built like a loaf of bread.
Oh my god.
And
hold on, tell the story. I'll be right back real quick. I'll be 2 seconds.
All right. I remember shut up, John. And I remember this guy in PE, he looks at me, he's like, hey, Lenny, say n. I'm like, why do you want me to say that? And he's like, because I want you to. Come on, there's no one around you to hear. And I go, n. And he's like, oh, he just said the N-word. And everyone's looking at him, and everyone's like, yeah, Chris, sure he did. Because I was like the goody two shoes of my high school, long story short. That's how every teacher viewed me. I was like a teacher's pet. So yeah, everyone was like, yeah, sure he did. And that was the best thing. In high school, I could probably get away with murder. Like, I got away with saying the N-word. I got away with a lot of things in high school. I remember I was late to a few classes because I was helping teachers or something. And even if I showed up to a class late, the teacher would just look at me and go, you know? And literally, the teacher would look at me and just be like, hey, you're late for once. And I was like, yeah, sorry, I was helping a teacher. Or let's say I was just, like, taking the world's meanest shit in the bathroom. I would literally say, sorry, I was in the bathroom. They're like, oh, yeah, don't worry about it. Not even marking me tardy.
I kind of want to change topics real quick because we kind of started a discussion. Me and John were talking about Ant-Man last week. And how we were gonna see the movie last weekend, and there was a few things that happened that day. John, should we talk about it? What do you think?
I think it's my turn to listen now.
Yeah, time for you to look here and look. Listen, John does not want to say some of the stuff though.
God, I hope he doesn't watch this.
No, he probably will.
If Dylan watches it, then who cares? Do you want to start, John, or you want me to?
I'll start.
All right.
Last week,
and start from the very beginning as well, by the way.
Yeah. So last week we talked about how we were gonna prank Lester B at the rec room after we got finished the movie. So all the day of that Saturday, Lester B started texting me. He was like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to see you guys at the rec room." Like,
dude, we're making it obvious though. I mean, to be fair though, on us, we're making it obvious that we weren't actually gonna pull up. We were making jokes. We're like, dude, talking about how drunk we were gonna get, shit like that, you know.
But like, Dylan, we'll give you your one beard.
Look, dude, I always talk about, like, I will drink out at bar or something like that, but if I'm driving, I still will be pretty responsible. Like, I mean, there's been times in the past where I've technically drank and drive, but it wasn't like, I wasn't like completely shit-faced. I was more like tipsy in driving, and it was more in environments that were super open, like countryside road type environments, you know what I'm saying? This wasn't crowded Towson, Maryland, okay, where it's like the inner city almost in certain places. It wasn't like that. But John, go on.
I think you were pulling a Teo.
Yeah, sure, I was pulling a tail. I'm just like, I get so fucked up. I'm like, the car can fly, right? Saying some stupid shit like that.
What you were doing was you were just like, you were throwing up in the cup holder.
Yeah, or I pull Lester B and throw up in my friend's car.
That happened.
That did happen. John, talk about that day.
You talk about it.
Okay, I'll continue, I guess. So, but yeah, that was like a little bit pre-game going on. Lester B's getting super hyped, and we did the podcast recording last Saturday. The previous podcast recording last Saturday, almost right before we left. It was like we ended 10 minutes before I left to go to John's house, and on the way there, I picked John up, and then we're talking, and then me and John get a really clever idea. So this has happened to John 2 times now. So, and one of the times was very recent, like last month. But whenever me and my one friend would drop John off, we came up with an idea this one time where we should just drop John off and keep honking the horn until he leaves and goes inside. So and there's even a video, but I don't even know if I might show the video, but might not, because again, doxing. But we drop John off at his house or on his block, and then John leaves the car, starts walking. Then we immediately start honking the horn, and then John looks over, then starts to run, which I'm assuming John is out of embarrassment partially, and because you don't want the cops called on you. Is that right?
Sure.
Well, if that's not it, let me know why.
I mean,
like,
sure,
hey, man,
sure.
I'm gonna get shot, man.
He's like, hey man, drive-by, run! If it's a drive-by, you don't run. Like, you
Hey,
duck
man.
and hide.
It was a. That's why.
Man, that's
Pretty
not
soon,
cool. I'm not
Pretty soon,
black.
Crush and Lester gonna be sitting in the car, just like, yeah, man, we're smoking John.
That's kind of sus.
We
But-
smoked Lord Scooter, now we're smoking John.
But yeah, that's what me and my one friend did a couple years ago. And then last month when me and Lester and John, or maybe even earlier this month, but when we went to Green Turtles, as John likes to call it, which is a restaurant near us. I don't know if are they in other states, John? Do you know? Or are they just local here?
It's everywhere, bro.
Really?
No,
Okay.
It's not. I don't have them.
Stop.
Okay, well,
don't.
all right. Well, that doesn't matter. But after we went to eat out, and then I dropped John back off at his house. I didn't drop him off quite at his house. I dropped him off one street over, and then when John left, I started holding down the horn for like 30 seconds straight. And John was just looking at us. He's like, I don't give a fuck, but I can tell, John, you probably didn't want to be in that situation, right?
Can't blame him though.
And me and
Honestly,
Dylan thought it was the funniest shit ever. And Lenny, if you were in that situation, you would laugh your ass off if you were in the car with me.
If I was in the car, oh hell yeah. If I was John, hell no, I would like book it. to
Dude,
my
and
house.
apparently, John, did you say that after, like, right when I left, didn't somebody leave their house to see what was going on?
Yep.
Could have gotten the cops calling my ass that day. But anyway, though, so me and John, we decided to do that to Lester as well. And after I picked John up, we're heading to his house. And then John opens his window and is going to first scream out something at him. And John, what were you going to scream out?
I did scream it out.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, he did. But what were you going to... What did you
I
scream
literally
out?
said you want to be whose wife.
But this motherfucker, though, he did it all wrong. He did it to the wrong house. He screamed it out to Lester's neighbor's house.
I remember because you guys joined Discord and John turned on his camera.
Yeah, and then I held down the horn for about 15 seconds or something like that. It wasn't that long, but it was long enough where you definitely should have heard it.
It was long enough for even me to hear the.
Yeah, I held it down for I held down just kind of like Wings of Redemption's chair, you know. But yeah, after that.
On your horn, here, okay? You didn't break your horn.
Hey man, not like that. Okay, but anyway. But yeah, no, I held it down, and then John a couple minutes later calls Dylan and asks him if he heard anything, and this dude didn't even hear it. He didn't even hear anything. We did it all for nothing. And after He called. I had Lenny on the phone, by the way, on Instagram, and he was hearing everything. Then Lester starts.
Instagram. What the fuck?
Did I say
No,
Instagram?
it was Discord.
Did I say Instagram? I meant Discord.
Yeah.
My
You
bad.
said it- yeah, you said Instagram.
Oh, my bad. I meant Discord. But I had Lenny on, and then, dude.
You mean I
Lenny-
had Lenny on?
No,
Discord?
no, I did because you were on the phone with Dylan.
Oh,
You
yeah,
had Dylan
yeah,
on
yeah,
speaker.
Yeah.
But we had Dylan on speaker first to see if he heard it, which he didn't. And then Dylan proceeds to start telling us about his night at the bar the other night. And then Lenny, I can tell Lenny's just trying not to die laughing on the other end when he's listening to this too. Because when Lester starts talking about, yeah, man, a girl started grinding on me, but then she left. Dude, dude, it took everything I could, as well as Lenny, and I'm sure John, you too, to not start dying laughing right then and
Dude,
there.
dude, thank God.
You have no
there's
idea.
A mute button on when you're calling someone.
But
I
dude,
muted myself.
but dude, I literally, when John called, I wasn't sure if Lenny knew that Dylan couldn't hear him. So at the very beginning, which I'm sure, I don't know how Dylan didn't hear it, but I guess he didn't hear it somehow. I was like, Lenny, don't say anything. And then I had Lenny, like a dumbass, all the way up on my phone. And when Dylan was still on the phone, you want to know what Lenny ended up saying? He's like, is he still on the phone? And he said it so loud. And I'm shocked that Dylan didn't hear it.
I used to remember Crush literally leading up to your phone. He's like, "Be quiet."
Yeah, I was like, be quiet. Dylan doesn't know you're there. And dude, I was so sure Dylan heard me, but I
You
guess
didn't
he
even
didn't.
say that. You just said, "Be quiet."
Yeah, something like that. But then Lenny does that, and I'm like, "Argh!" And
No, this was beforehand. You said that, and then
listen.
after a bit, that's when I was just like, "Hey, is it clear now?" And you're just like, "Be quiet." And I'm like, "Oh shit."
yeah. but luckily though, afterward, luckily Dylan never heard, and then he starts asking us
Somehow.
what time. Yes, somehow. He would have been, if we were to ask him, hey Dylan, did you hear that? He probably would have been like, wait, one more time?
Salami.
Salami? Yeah. And
Wait. I thought salami came from me. What the fuck?
it did,
It did.
but it's just another
did?
way
Okay.
of saying that, just saying that you weren't listening. Another inside joke that we made.
Oh yeah.
I think the one more time thing is still way better, though, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
One more time.
yeah, wait, one more time. What did I say? Wait, guys, what
Oh
did I
yeah,
just say?
man, that makes sense. So wait.
Yeah,
wait,
that
what?
makes sense. What? It's so stupid. But then Dylan proceeds. Then Dylan asks us, like, what time are you guys going to be at the rec room? And then John, what did you say? Did you say like 10 or something?
Yeah, 10. Because I told him like our movie ends at 9. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, so he tells them that it ends at 10, and we end up going to the movie theater. Well, we end up first going to the mall, and we got some ice cream, just chilled out. We waited for our friends, well, my friends to show up, because I was seeing it with a few of my buddies from college as well. And we ended up seeing the movie, which we saw Ant-Man Quantumanium, and I won't spoil nothing for anyone that hasn't seen it, but I don't care what these stupid reviewers like Rotten Tomatoes say. It was a good movie. It was probably the best movie within the new phase of Marvel. Like, it definitely...
name is Ian.
Wait, I'll get to that in a second.
Is your name?
But wait, hold on. It's so these reviewers online, like Rotten Tomatoes, they're so stupid because how are you going to say Doctor Strange and the last Thor movie? Well, just to be clear, Multiverse of Madness and the last Thor movie, even Wakanda Forever, are better than this because this was a good movie. John, you can agree, right?
Dude, I love the movie. I mean, yeah, I love the movie.
Like, sure, maybe it overused the jokes just a little bit, but dude, it was kind of funny though. Like there were two parts that really got me and John dying. Which, let me say what John was saying, and then John, you can say the Kang part if you want, or I could say it. It all depends on you.
You say it.
Okay, okay. So, if y'all don't know who Chris Chan is, you should know, because he's a big lol cow. But there was one time where a troll was impersonating Chris Chan online, and he had a Lester B mental breakdown, and then he starts screaming at the camera, "My name's not Ian Brandon something!" And that's what Chris Chan said, because the troll kept calling him Ian Brandon Anderson. And then in the Ant-Man movie, in the Ant-Man movie, There was a scene where MODOK screams, "My name's Darren!" And then me and John immediately got the reference and started dying. And I'm sure the people around us were just like, what the hell are these idiots laughing about?
Dude, even your friends.
Yeah, my one friend knew about Chris Chan, and he thought it was kind of funny, but he didn't appreciate it as much as us. And then John over here kind of pulled a Lester B. This dude said a really edgy joke in the movie theater. So y'all know Kang with the mask on, his face is blue. This dude John says he looks like George Floyd.
Oh my gosh.
And he says, and with John, whenever he whispers, it's still really loud. And John, didn't you say that the girl next to you was looking at you after you said that?
It was like a black teenage girl. Ew.
This dude kept turning towards me, and John, I'm not gonna lie, like, I was kind of wondering why you were, like, talking to me as much, because you were talking to me in the movie theater way more than you normally would. Like, with the comment like that, I get it, but you kept on, like, trying to start more conversation. But John, you did that though? No, I know why you did it. You told me you did it because you did not want to look right and look at the girl, and you wanted just to be turned the other way. Oh wait, yeah, we'll get in the yeah. But dude, I even told my friends, and my two friends are black, by the way, and even they thought it was funny. They started dying too. But the funniest thing I think that happened at the movie theater for the whole night, which we're not even done the story yet for what happened that day, was, dude, John kept complaining that it smelled really bad where he was sitting. This dude, apparently, I guess the girl got revenge for John calling Kang the Conqueror George Floyd, because he was complaining that the girl next to him kept ripping ass. And John, you want to tell this part?
Dude, I swear, I was just enjoying my meal, and then Sprite, and then next, you know, I smell this scent coming to my right. I was like, God damn, this smells like burnt dussy.
And today's forecast, Jen, with the weather. Yeah, so Steve, there's rain with a slight cast of stanky ass in the movie theater.
Dude,
stanky doozy.
And you know what the worst part was?
What?
You know what the worst part was? My seat was supposed to be his seat, but he's.
Oh yeah. I was supposed to sit where John was, but John went to go get food, and then I went to sit next to my one friend and talk to him during the movie as well, because me and him are both Marvel nerds. And John ends up sitting next to the girl. He got the full force of fart right in his face. And meanwhile, I'm chilling.
In his face.
It might as well, with the amount he was bitching about it.
At least I didn't fall asleep.
Yeah, that's true.
John falls asleep. He wakes up and just goes.
Dude, imagine that happened to Dylan. Dylan just wakes. That's the way to get Dylan to wake up in the movie theater. Just get a professional ass ripper to sit next to him. Get Lenny to sit next to Dylan. He's being like, "Oh man, what's that smell?" But yeah, no, he was complaining. He was complaining about that so much after we left. Dude, and meanwhile, I didn't smell anything. I mean, I also was like eating popcorn and shit like that. So.
Dude. Yo, wait, wasn't our thing almost full? It was sold out, cause you know we didn't really have that movie theater that we sat at. It wasn't like a whole movie, like
it wasn't filled.
No. The seats weren't like fully filled, like 300 seats. There were like only like 50 seats in there. It was like a, what do you call it? A private cinema area. I don't even know.
I don't know.
It's one of those smaller cinema for like with luxury shit.
Yeah, it was Cinemark.
Yeah. Wait, Thermal, you know those type of rooms with less seats? There's like 5 sections, like
John, what you're describing is I'm a Cinemark member. I only get those seats.
Oh yeah. No, but there's also like the standard level, like with like 200 seats in one movie theater. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about.
I know what he's talking about too, but It's like I haven't. It's like me. Every time if I reserve seats for movies, I always get the luxury seats. Why? Because it's literally the same price as a normal seat for me.
Yeah.
So I might as well. I remember I went and saw a movie with my mom, and literally we got couches.
Mm-hmm.
And it only cost me $12 for a ticket.
The Hunt Valley movie theater is still way better though, John.
Shut up.
Nah, but they were pretty sick seats. And then after we were done, dude, he was bitching the whole time about it after we left. It was so funny. And then afterwards we had a little bit of time to kill. So before we went to get food, so we went to there was a bar area. Lenny, isn't the Cinemark that you have a bar as well above?
The reserve level.
Not so much a bar per se, but what happens is there is a bar, but it's built into the concessions.
Gotcha. Yeah, this was above everything. It was kind of like a chill place with a bar kind of vibe, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, we went up there for a bit. Me and my one friend John sponsored me a White Claw, which big ups to John on.
He literally DM'd me just like, should I buy Tim a drink?
Yeah, and then I was gonna call you and text you, Lenny. First I was gonna text you to be like, say yes. And John immediately knew what I was gonna do, and he's like, nope, you can't do that, or else the deal's off. And then I was like, okay.
And then me being the bro I am, I was like, yeah, do it. I was like,
John, you paid too much though for it. Like he paid
$10. $10.
Was it 10? I thought it was 8, John.
10.
It was
He told
10,
me.
no, it was 11.
told me
'cause I-
10.
It was $10 and I left $1 tip.
Dear Lord. Dude, it was the size of like a Monster energy drink though, maybe a little bigger. That is not worth $11. That was
Because you're in the movie theater. That's why everything it's expensive.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Especially if you go to a sporting event, that's even more there. It's probably like 13.
Yeah, no, that's true. But yeah, afterwards we went to John's favorite place of all time, Shake Shack.
Yeah.
And we actually saw one of our friends from high school there who works there, and we were just talking, kind of doing our own little thing, just kind of, you know, shooting the shit. I actually told my friend there about how John lost the Fall Guys bet, and I showed him the Snapchat screenshot that you pinned on Discord, Lenny. Where,
You're welcome.
Yeah. And my friend thought it was hilarious. He just was smiling, thinking it was funny. Because this one dude...
Did you show him the rope goat? Did you show him when you said you're the throat goat?
Why would I do that? I was just...
Oh, God damn it.
Why would I ever... John didn't think of it, though. Why would I bring that up? John, that was you should have brought that up.
No, but he's not gonna really... I mean, besides... Your name is Lester Licks Chun-Li. He's not gonna know who that is.
He might know who Chun-Li is, but he won't know who Lester is. But he doesn't know about our YouTube channel or anything like that, I don't think. But I don't think I mentioned that to him. But the reason I even told him in the first place was this dude, when I was in high school, you know how we make jokes about John and Lester all the time? Well, basically this dude was kind of dude, there was so basically what happened with this guy was that he did track with me, and it was him and a few of my friends that would always be hanging out together. And my one friend, who's a little bit socially awkward, he's not like special ed, but he's not like all the way there. Socially awkward is probably the best way I can describe him. And John, you know exactly who I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
So this guy, when we're in our junior year of cross country, I would make jokes about him a lot, just like I joke around with all my friends, how I shit on you guys, how I shit on my friends, stuff like that, just for jokes, you know. It's not meant to be taken serious. And I was doing that with this guy, and he didn't know what the word rape meant, and he thought it meant like beat up.
Oh no.
And his response was, "I'll rape you."
Oh no.
And then my one friend, who was the guy we saw at Shake Shack, heard what he said, and he's like, "Hey yo, that's some gay ass shit you just said."
That's some gay.
And these two didn't even know each other really. Like they were a part of my friend group, but they didn't know each other that well personally. You know, they just were friends in association with me. You know, and
Man, that's some gay ass shit.
he's what's John? What he's what's his race again, John? It's
El Salvador.
yeah, he's an El Salvadorian guy. So so you can kind of put that in your mind, but.
Hey, yo, man, I'm gonna rape you.
Well, my one friend who said the rape part, he's white, and he said it like, "I'll rape you." That's pretty much exactly how he said it too. He's like, "I'll rape you." It wasn't,
Hey, yo, man,
and he
that's some
sounded.
gay ass shit.
No, it was. I wish I could replicate exactly how I said it because he sounds so serious saying it. And then later, like a month later, but after that incident, my Shake Shack friend was starting to think that the guy who said he was gonna rape me was gay.
My Shake Shack friend.
All right, Renee, whatever. We'll just say Renee. Who cares?
No, you just say hi, Shake Shack friend. You mean your high school friend?
The girl
that
next door.
I'll just say Renee because we're not. There's a lot of people named Renee. But Renee, who was the guy we saw at Shake Shack, he started thinking that my other friend was gay because he said that. And then in track, we have to do a whole bunch of exercises. It's not just running. We have to do like leg exercises, arm exercises, stuff like that to keep our body in shape. And there was this leg exercise we had to do where we had to have our arms on the ground, which there's a million of those, but it was one of those. And those two were sitting right next to each other, and my one friend who said the rape thing, he accidentally put his hand on Renee's hand, and then Renee starts freaking out. He's like, "All right, no, dude, you're definitely gay now." And then my other friend, he's like, no, it was an accident." And you guys know how, like, after Wings of Redemption did the listen thing, it started mass trolling for him. That was like,
Of course.
that basically was the start of how everyone would start making Renee, and I'll say his name, Dan jokes. His name was Dan. And everyone would always make, like, jokes about them after that incident for the next 2 years. Mainly me and Dylan and a few other people.
Okay, can I? So, Crush, you know I'm kind of socially awkward too in public, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened was this happened while I was at the movie theaters, but I was with I'm gonna say Val here. You know who I'm talking about though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at the movie theaters with her and my mom, and I didn't know what the word fugly meant. And I was like, "Mom, you're fugly." She's like,
God.
"Excuse me."
Oh, hell no.
And then Val's sitting there like, she's gonna beat your ass, and my mom's like, "You're damn right I am." Val looked to my mom and just like, she looked at me and it was like, "Your mom's gonna beat your ass," and she looks at her and goes, "Yeah, you're damn right I am."
Oh God.
She didn't. She really didn't. I was like, "I don't know what it means." And then when they explained it, I was like, "Oh shit." And then, of course, me talking to my mom, I was like, well, my statement stands.
Real quick, before we get back into the main story, I just want to list a few examples of stuff people would do. There was one time Lester B, I mean, he would do this a lot. He would, whenever I'll joke around with Renee and bring up how he and Dan were a couple, just like how I bring up how Lester B and John are a couple, quote unquote, by the way, as a joke. Dude, this guy, he had a mean kick. This dude would always kick me whenever I did it. But his reaction was so priceless. And I found the joke so funny because that's kind of who I am. I laugh at my own shit, which I'm not afraid to say it. This dude,
you're like a dad.
Yeah, exactly. I would always say gay jokes about those two. I would say stuff like, "Hey, when are you guys having your play date together?" in the back of Dan's car. And he would just soccer kick the shit out of me every time I would do it. And I probably got 20 bruises a year from that dude. But the catch is, dude, the reaction and his genuine anger was so funny that I just couldn't help and I didn't care. I'm just like, "Here, Renee, I'll make it easy for you. Kick me right here." And I'm not pointing at my balls, just so we're clear, because that would be not fun.
You'd be pointing at his leg.
But But I would say stuff like that, and sometimes other people who weren't even in my friend group found out about it, and they would joke around about it, and he would just flip them off if he wasn't like close enough to them. And some of the stuff Dylan would say, he would see Renee from a distance, and he would just start screaming, "Dan's boyfriend!" Exactly like that, and then Renee would just flip him off. And he would say that so loud. It was funny as shit. And that's pretty much the inspiration for whenever I make jokes about John and Dylan. That was the original. But anyway, going back to the story, after we were done at Shake Shack, me and John still had a dilemma. And John, what was that dilemma?
Should we do it?
Should we
pull through?
Should you pull up to the rec room?
Yep.
So we were trying to make. So the problem was we didn't want Dylan to find out, and hopefully he doesn't see this. If he does, Dylan, I'm sorry, but it's just a prank, bro. Okay, but we wanted to make it as believable as possible, though. Okay, and I was willing to go great lengths to make sure this happened. So me and John, what we planned to do while we were in the mall was we didn't want to go in because we didn't care. The rec room just kind of shady in general. There's a lot of underage kids that get in there as well. Like, they don't have good security, and it's just not the best place to be, in my opinion. John, didn't you say even your sister was able to sneak in there one time?
Yep, when she was junior year, sorry.
In high school, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
I think
so
of John, who just snuck in there all the time when he was in high school.
yeah, and then John started butt chugging.
I've never been to the rec room ever before.
Yeah, I've never been in there either, but Dylan thought that we were in there the whole time, though, after the movie. But what our plan was, what we were going to do just to show proof, quote-unquote proof, okay, was we were going to originally walk past there and take a picture, and we're going to be like, Dylan, we're inside right now, where you at? And around 10 o'clock, that is what we did, but we didn't walk there. And what we ended up doing, in fact, was we first said goodbye to our my other two friends, and then it was just me and John, and we went in my car, and the plan was I was gonna drive past the rec room, and John was gonna take a picture and Snapchat it to Lester and be like, Dylan, where are you? You said you'd be here. Because we checked Snap Map, and Dylan didn't even leave his house yet. Discord said he was playing Gmod, and and this was also before he's been on Gmod for the past 6 days now straight, just chilling on Discord. Which, if you don't understand that joke, join my Discord and you'll get it. But
self-plug, nice.
Hey man, our Discord, man.
My Discord.
My diamond.
All right, look here. Look, listen. But anyway, though, that was the whole plan. And me being an idiot, I made. Dude, I didn't see I swear to God, there was no road sign. I turned on a road that was not meant to be turned on left turn. It was a one-way only road, and I heard I didn't realize that it was a one-way road. And I kind of got sandwiched between a parked car and somebody at the traffic light. And the guy had to go backwards, who was at the light. And then I got yelled at and was like, this is a one-way road, dumbass. And then I'm just like, in my car, I'm just like, screw you. And stuff like that, or whatever. I don't remember.
Crush actually would talk like that in the car. I've heard it a few times.
There was one time where I yelled with my window open, and and someone heard it, and then after he heard it, like some black dude heard it, and then he was like on the other side of the street, and then he started running. I don't know why. I didn't even say anything that bad. I just said I didn't even realize my window was open. I was just getting gas, man. It could happen to anyone, okay? But anyway, but yeah, after I was done with that fuck up, I turned right, and then John got a picture, and then sent it to Lester B. A video, my bad. Yeah, you're right, a video. And then John, I want you to tell everyone exactly what happened after you sent that.
So Crush drops me off from my house. I'm all changed up. I'm in bed just playing games.
Chained up?
You
What?
chained up?
You got chained up?
Chained
No.
up.
I changed my. I changed my. I went on. God damn
You
it.
said chained, boy.
What do you do in your basement?
And, but yeah, I got
What do
ready.
you do with that PlayStation?
No,
What do you do with wait?
no, but yeah, I got changed, and
Got chained.
when I was playing game,
black.
Lester B started calling me, and was like, "Where are you guys at?" That this is when he just. No, he's near the rec room. He's like 2 minutes away. Because when you dropped me off, they were on their way.
Nah, dude, they were a lot farther than that. So, wait, let me real quick say one more thing I
Sure.
forgot to leave out. After I dropped John off, Dylan started mass calling me. He called me 3 times, I think. But I was driving, and I didn't really want to answer the phone while driving anyway. Because I'm actually somewhat responsible, even though I probably would if it was under a normal condition. But after he calls me 2 times, I called John and I'm like, dude, Dylan's calling me. You need to figure out something to tell him. And then John, when he called you, he was at the fairgrounds, wasn't he? So he was between
Yeah.
the rec room and where you were, John, or where
Yeah.
we were.
Yeah. But yeah, so he started calling like, "Yo, we're about to pull up. Like, where you guys at?" So I had to, since we haven't been in that area in for 20 minutes now. We left already. I made up a story. I mean, it's kind of true and kind of false. I said
It
we had
just
to.
stretched, you know?
Yeah. I said we had to leave because, dude, we've been here since 10 a.m. No, 10 p.m. waiting for you because you said 10:30.
And by this time, it was around 10:50, I would say, something like that.
no,
Almost
it's
11.
It's 11. It's
Oh, it's 11? Okay.
Yeah, and we left because I said that Tim needs to upload his new, which he actually did upload a video that night.
That is
Saturday.
true. It was Last of Us video, I believe.
Yeah.
Or Hogwarts, I can't remember. But it was one of those videos.
So I was like, we had to go home because I was kind of getting tired and I didn't want to be in this area. And then Tim had to upload it. No, he had to upload it, your video.
Which is true.
And it was like, damn it.
And then my other friends as well, the reason they left and they weren't with us when we took the video was that my one friend, he's just like me. When I was in college, I would do almost everything last minute, whether it was big research assignments or whether it's 50-page PowerPoint presentation, stuff like that. And I mean, I literally got a final exam essay done 4 hours before it was due, and somehow would get 95% on that stuff. I don't know how I would do it. I would just go in full focus mode and would just be able to do assignments that would take a month normally to complete, but I'll do it in 4 hours and get almost 100% half the time. That's how my one friend is, except he was doing it with a quantum physics assignment, which I don't know about that, bud, but I mean, he still did it, and I'm sure he was fine. So, Lenny, what were you saying?
Yeah. I think the big reason was because, unlike most, you can actually, some grammar. You can type.
Oh, you mean I can type fast?
Not just that, but you can also, form a sentence.
I mean, that, but I'm also, if I'm under pressure, dude, I mean, it's not really adrenaline, I feel, but I know I have to get this assignment done, and I don't want to fail it. So obviously I'm going to put my full 110% in. So that's just how I do it. I would just go full focus mode. And it doesn't take long to figure out how to format everything and stuff like that. You just need to figure out what you're writing about. So if you just figure that out, then write the damn thing after a couple hours and turn it in, you're usually fine. And that's how my one friend is as well, which is why I'm saying John's story is stretched, because he's not wrong. Like he said, he's correct that we all had stuff to do that day. But I mean, the overall, but half of the story is kind of a lie as well, though.
Yeah.
But John, keep going though, because we're getting to a really juicy part.
Should I tell?
No, you have to. We're balls deep into the story. We might as well go full send it.
So this was before I broke to Lester B, that we already left the area, I could have heard. I don't know if that's what I heard, but I could have sworn I heard him tell his friend, "Drive faster."
Well, I
We're
thought
about to leave."
I thought you said we already left, and I thought that's when he told our friend our
Oh
one
yeah,
mutual.
yeah. My bad. Yeah. You're right. My bad. Yeah, he said, "Drive faster. They're about to leave," or something like that. Yeah. My bad. I got that confused.
No, Dylan
But-
was just like punch it and then speed it up or something like that, like pedal it.
from
Pedal it.
I don't
from
know
the
something.
from the snap map. When I looked, he was by the fairgrounds, so it probably happened during that time.
Yeah, so he was like 10 minutes away still.
Not 10 minutes, like 5 minutes.
No, I would say 10 minutes to account for like parking, stuff like that, you know.
Oh yeah, sure.
But yeah, he was still a little bit away, and he was telling the driver, "Yo, speed it up, come on." Which, dude, I'm gonna be honest. If you tell me to speed it up, unless it's on me and I'm actually being slow, dude, you better chill with all that, because I'm driving. I'll drive how I want to drive, you know. It's kind of rude that Dylan would say something like that, you know.
Don't quote me on that. I think that's what I heard.
No, I don't think. I'm sure that's not exactly what he said, but that's what he meant, though, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey man,
I can see him doing it though. You know, I can see him,
Yeah,
even if you're not 100% sure.
Did you hear John? I have dementia.
He has dementia.
All right, Biden, calm
John,
down
John,
here.
you don't have dementia. You're just retarded.
man. But yeah, so the
You don't have dementia. You just severely retarded.
and then I also made up a lie to Dylan. I'm like, Dylan, the rec room's dead.
Yeah,
And
you
then-
idiot. I don't know why would say that. And then Dylan, like an hour later, whenever he saw it, he took a Snapchat and he's like totally dead. And it shows a clearly crowded bar. And then I was just like, yeah, he was, don't listen to John. He's being an idiot. And then then Dylan called us the next day on Discord or something like that. And we made up something. We're just like, yeah, we drank a little bit and then we just left. It was boring. Which, to be fair, though, if we did go in there, I feel like that's pretty much what would happen. Because me and John, we don't dance. I hate dancing. I think it's stupid.
No.
And dude, Dylan's dancing. I mean, Dylan can. I give Dylan credit, obviously, because he has the balls to do something I can't do. You know, I think that's fair.
That's fair.
But it's kind of like, listen, it's kind of like, remember the other night how this is a perfect video that I have to show off right now. Do you guys remember the
After this, we should end it.
Yeah, we can if you want. But there
Yeah.
was one more thing I was going to bring up, but hold on. Do you guys remember this guy right here? Dylan Lawson, X Factor, one of the worst auditions. Where
Oh yeah.
Basically,
I
listen.
remember.
God.
with Lester B dancing, this is one of those situations where I give you respect for doing something I don't have the balls to do, but that doesn't mean you don't suck at it. This is basically the Dylan dancing. All right, this is Dylan dancing. Hold on, and this guy's name is Dylan too.
Dylan,
Dylan.
how old are you?
Wait, didn't someone show us this video?
Yeah, I did.
Kentucky.
Yeah, I did. So
Okay,
basically,
yeah.
just to give a little context on this video, this guy ends up doing a freestyle rap or something on the stage, and this is X Factor, which is, I guess, like America's Got Talent. And
Yeah, I think X Factor is like America's Got Talent, but it only is specific people.
yeah, but
No, it's only singing. Only singing.
okay, but you get it though. Obviously, I give anyone respect for going on stage, and especially if it's on stage or just doing something where there's a lot of eyes on you, you know, which is why I give Dylan. But this is pretty much Lester's dancing, all right? Listen to how beautiful. This man has the voice of an angel, as you will hear momentarily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got this cover on this Bugatti. I'm throwing this Bugatti to me. And this thing is dropping. Come on, this Bugatti.
I'm working my pants.
It's Lester
What?
B.
Because right now I'm out of here. That's why I'm being a ticket. You get lose it if you throw it in a bag of it.
What the? Okay, yo.
You last.
This is also Lester B's dance moves.
Get back, I'm talking. Go back. Listen, what the matter? Check your bladder. I'm the.
I'm the shit. But did y'all see that? Let's look one more time at this real quick. All right, but this time I'm gonna mute. We had to show off the rapping, obviously, but let me mute this and let me put this in. Wait, hold on. Where is it? Let's put this in 2 times speed, okay? And let's watch his dancing. This is Lester's dancing, pretty much. Whenever he's in the rec room.
Like flapping his arms around like
No,
a dying bird.
Dude, pretty much, I want to say.
It looks like John Cena.
Maybe a Wish.com version of John Cena.
Yeah,
But no, that's not really his dancing. But I mean, Dylan kind of has a weird. But his dancing is kind of weird though, and I just would not dance how Dylan does. Okay, I'm not throwing shade at Dylan. I'm just saying because again, he has more balls to do what I could not do and dance. But that does not mean
You're good at it.
yeah, it's it's better than a Fortnite dance. Okay. That's at least
I'll give it
something. That's
I
something.
don't know, man.
You don't know?
I have a different opinion on that.
Okay, well, I guess we'll agree to disagree. But long story short, though, at the end of the story, yeah, Lester B never found out. If he hears this podcast, then Dylan, again, it was just a prank, bro. Don't be mad at us. But come on, dude, you should have.
But he'll probably get over it quickly.
Yeah, Dylan would be like, Dylan would say something like, yeah, I knew you guys did it this whole time. We'll be like, okay, Dylan, sure, buddy, sure. Okay, sure. Bruh, but I'm not gonna lie, though. Dylan goes to the rec room so much. And this is in Towson, Maryland, by the way. I don't know if anyone's... Lenny, I know you haven't
Thanks
gone
for
there.
doxing.
Who cares? Dude, come on. Really? Who cares? Yeah, like, people are going to start calling the rec room. They're going to be like, yeah, so I heard you let underage people in there. And if we had a Wings of Redemption troll fan base that did it, to be fair, though, it's a known thing, though. It's a known thing. You know, John? You can agree, right?
Yep.
And it is something that should be fixed. But anyway... But dude, that location though, it's getting bad there. Like the other day, I mean, John, you sent me this article, dude. Remember this?
Yep.
Dude, y'all remember that shooter we were talking about a couple weeks ago? Dude, I don't know what's going on with Maryland.
Dude, and you know what other happened?
What?
So this is true. You could search this up. 3, I don't know if they were minor or not. They got raped.
Yeah, no, that's what's on here right now. This is what's on my screen. 3 pedestrians raped at gunpoint.
So apparently, what happened was, and this dude pointed a gun at a girl just for the girl to give him a head, and then fuck him.
Jeez Louise.
Dude, Towson's getting bad, man. It's not. Was this guy Quantez Davis? Wow, what a surprise.
Hold on. That just occurred to me what you said.
What?
No.
What a surprise. What?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, I thought he was gonna bring up Quantrell Bishop
Shut up.
and Lamar G the Third. Shout out Quantrell. Oh, here, I'll show you real quick. I'm not gonna play this video just because, again, it will take a little while, but...
Hey man, I do gotta go soon.
Well, suck it up
Right
for
here.
a few more minutes.
Man.
I'm sorry,
Dude, this
Miss
is a long
Jackson.
podcast.
Lamar's not a quarterback.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Hold on. Stephen A. Retard. Y'all remember this?
Ban Donald Audio, please. Ban Shirk Warner, please. Ban Oppressor was Rabbit, please.
I love this guy. This guy's funny.
You gotta... Bullshit, I hit him. I know I fucking hit him. I be aggressive all the time.
Dude, why does he have the belly of angry grandpa?
I got 35
Because he
donations,
stuffed his
I'm
shirt.
not making any money.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to play anymore.
Alright. Yeah, I didn't see.
Oh, my headset just broke now. Jesus. Brandon, come in here. Put the headset on me, please.
At that point, I would lose it too. At that point, I can't even blame him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but I'm just getting sick of this this stupid violence. We need dude. I'm not trying to get political, but this is one reason though why me and John won't go out with Lester B to the rec room though, just because it's in Towson and it's
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I might not even. Dude, that's why I canceled my tickets for the Creed 2, because I don't want to be there by myself. If I'm going to Towson, I gotta go with people.
I'm not afraid of going to Towson by myself. I'm fine with it, but even to the mall, but
John,
yeah,
take
no,
bodyguard sins.
John, I'll be your bodyguard if you pay me.
Hell no, I'm done losing money to you.
It's $100 an hour though.
Nope.
All right,
You gotta pay Crush $200 a minute.
yeah, 200. It's only fair, or else I'm not gaining anything.
There's this guy on Twitter live streaming himself just getting head. What the fuck?
Is this what you do when we have a podcast, John? Is this where you get your porn? What kind of porn are you watching, bud?
I'm sharing this to you guys.
Bet Lenny's gonna. Well, let me wrap this podcast up quick though, because we're gonna hear spanking in Lenny's background real soon. If you send it to him.
you're not.
Oh wait, there's no nudity though.
No, there's no new, but you could see what's going on though.
Hold on, I'm gonna show my screen, dude. What the hell?
What?
I'm showing the podcast right now. The video you sent.
Oh my god,
dude, it's not. There's no nudity or anything, but.
Yep.
Well, I feel like this is what Lenny would do. All right. Let me get off of this now. No, I unmuted it. Okay, good. I just heard a bunch of stuff.
Well, you just heard some random dude going, "Oh yeah."
I don't know what I heard, but I quickly muted it again. But I think this is a great time to end off on. Wouldn't y'all agree? It's especially a good time to end on. We see someone getting head from some chick. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hopefully everyone enjoyed.
Subscribe, donate, or get.
And make sure y'all either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out, as Lenny would say. Lenny was the one that invented it. And
hey man, no, I didn't.
And yeah, every week there's a podcast, so make sure y'all tune in. And Lenny, we still gotta work on getting this podcast uploaded to Spotify and Apple and other places.
The coding.
There shouldn't be coding. We just gotta make an account, but I'll figure all that out. Well, I'll get Lenny to help me with that too.
I know Apple, Spotify is a little bit, but
Pornhub.
The other one shouldn't be.
Pornhub, X videos, that place too, and anywhere else we can throw our podcast.
We could do that. Honestly, that shouldn't be that hard. We'll just have to upload it under the name BBoy1501. Shout out to him.
Or we can just put Dylan's full name.
That works as well.
Anyway, though, but
yeah, just say Dylan Vegas.
Yep. Anyway, though, I'm gonna wrap up here. Hope everyone enjoyed. If you did, do what John said, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.